All right, what is up, all? Back with another video. Now, today I want to talk about exactly what the title says: stop being nice to women, particularly to my good men out there. Like men that just don't care, and men that just don't have a purpose, and men that just want to go around sleeping with women, making babies, and not taking care of their responsibilities, and just want to get in and get out and have sex and that's out. Those people don't matter, right? Because they're just going to do what they're going to do. And that's the kind of men that these women want. We'll get to that. First of all, as a man, all men should have purpose and all men should be on a constant grind, a harder grind than what you have now. So you need to work a lot, okay? Let's say you went to college and you got some fancy degree and you're doing really well and all this. Okay, that's cool. You may not have to work a lot or work extra jobs because that's the route you took. That's not always guaranteed because you can go to college and end up with a massive debt, and you've went through the schooling. Now you got this debt to pay for the rest of your life, and you may go to school and never get the job you want in your field. There's no guarantee in that. That's all old-fashioned ways of thinking, and that's one of the root problems with relationships nowadays too. But at any rate, that is a good way of, a man working hard for what he's got. But in most cases, most men are just, not to say all of them, but a majority of men, we usually just go through life having just a regular 9 to 5 and, just working or whatever. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Even though the society is teaching women to go for rich men and all that. No, you're a good man, even if you worked a 9 to 5. But here's my thing. You need to work more. Okay. Work a lot. Okay. Working 7 days a week is not a lot. Sacrifice and work 7 days a week so that you can save extra money, build that money up to make money for you. Do the research, find out about investments, stocks and bonds, real estate, or start your own little side hustle, start your own little side business. The first thing you need is capital. The reason why we struggle so much and we're so paranoid is because we have no savings. Most Americans don't even have $200 in their bank account, right? What happens if you lose your job? What happens if something goes south? You need to have savings and you need to build money in order to have that money work for you. Whatever you decide to do to build that money for you, that's up to you. But the first step is to sacrifice that time, all right? Especially to you young dudes out there that are like in your mid 20s or early 20s. You could sacrifice a good 3 or 4 years. It's going to pay off so that you could sit pretty later. When you have the capital, you can invest. You can use that money to make you more money. So the first step in being a man, and this is just realistic perspective, this is my view, is being super, super productive, working hard every single day, right? That's what men are supposed to do. We don't do welfare. We don't have women taking care of us, mothers, no one. When you become a man, you take care of yourself and you go hard and don't let no woman interrupt that and take your focus off of that, right? So that's the first thing. Work a lot, work hard. Yeah, like regardless of what the plan is, just have a plan. As a man, you got to have a plan. Let's say you have a plan in making money this way, but you don't have no money, or you want to build this, but you don't have it. Stay focused on that, right? Another thing is get in the gym, all right? This is one thing that I've been doing, and I'm going to post the results at a later time as a video, showing my results. I'm going for that nice muscular physique. I'm trying to get that dream body, right? This is good for a man. This is going to boost your confidence. This is going to make you feel better. We need to do that as men, have ourselves looking real good and nice, eating healthy. All this kind of stuff has to be done, right? Because when you think about it, here's the thing, and I don't want to get the muscular physique because I look so good and I'm so hot and attractive as a male. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about your confidence, and it should be about the work that you put into it that shows what type of a person that you are. If a woman, let me give you an example. Let's say you You got a pot belly, you're fat and all this, but you say, screw this, I'm gonna do something about it. You get up, you go to the gym 5 days a week, maybe even 6 days a week. You come out with this god physique after like a year or a year and a half, and you've earned it. You've worked so hard. What does that say about you? That says that you worked hard. That says that you're a go-getter. That says that you're a grinder. That says that you're about your business, right? That's what should be noticed when people see you. That's what, real men with real mentalities look at you and admire about you. Wow, what hard work, not about how good it looks. So, example, with a woman, let's say you get that body and you start talking to this woman and she's like, oh man, your body's so nice. Oh, it looks so good or whatever. And, you're like, why do you like that? Oh, because of the shape, and oh, you're so strong and all this and blah, blah, blah. Then, in my opinion, she's just looking at you for how good you look, lust. Women lust over men too, just like men lust over women, Now, on the flip side, if a woman admires you because of the hard work you put in, like, oh, what do you like? Oh, wow, that's admirable. You must have put a lot of work into that. That shows that you're a very hard worker and all that. Ding, ding. That's the first step to looking at that woman like, okay, maybe I can take this woman serious, right? It's all about, you got to do things for the right reasons, not for the typical reasons. Oh, I just want to look hot and all that. No, there's more to it than that. Another thing, stop paying for dinner dates, stop holding doors open, stop pulling out chairs, stop giving excessive compliments, all of that. It's done. It's out the window, right? The reason for that is because most women, there's only a minute, smaller women that are not like this. Most women in this society do not appreciate that anymore, okay? A nice guy is, chivalry is dead. A nice guy is just looked at the bottom of the totem pole, right? It's only toxic men that are getting most of these women, right? Because that's what has bred women to go for. And there's a lot of factors that are responsible for that, right? The reason why we keep doing this is because, we came up with our parents teaching us, I don't know about this new generation or whatever, but it's probably still there, telling us, oh, you got to be respectful. You got to hold the door open. You got to, buy flowers. You got to do all this kind of stuff. And it just doesn't mix well in today's society, right? Because all these things that you're doing with today's modern women are just seeing that as a weakness, right? They're just seeing you as weak. They're seeing you as like, oh, I can get more from you. If you take a girl out on a dinner date and you pay for the dinner, let's say you went to the bowling alley and they got like a little dinner place in there. You pay for the dinner, you pay for the bowling alley, you pay for the little games that you play over there. She didn't pay for nothing. She's going to look at you like, oh, this dude is a sucker, right? She's just going to keep, milking you for what it is. I'm not saying that every single woman is like that, but the chances of you meeting a woman that's not like that are very, very small. And you have to look for these type of women in very specific places, and their personalities and the way they interact and everything is going to be extremely different. It's going to be on another level. You'll be able to notice it, but she may not be as, attractive or have these kind of, you know how it is, like these women that everybody want, that's another problem. But yeah, it's just not appreciated anymore, right? Because here's the thing. In today's day and age, women want, most women, not all, most women want to have their cake and eat it too, right? Right? But, we want to scream equality, right? The women want to scream equality, but they only want to take some benefits that, that a so-called man has, but they don't want to, give up, some others. Like, for instance, like, women want men to, be providers and take care of the bills and, go to work hard or whatever, take care of them, buy them this, buy them that, and take them out to dinner and buy them clothes and all this kind of stuff, right? But when it comes to the man's needs being met, like having them clean or cook for us, or, give us back massages anytime we ask, or, getting nookie whenever we want, men have certain needs too, right? But women don't want to do that because most women think that just because they're looking good, that's it. But as men, we know that's not it, man. That's not it. We got to deal with a lot of stress on our jobs. We got to deal with a lot of people, and we're men. We don't have the the ability to just be like, oh, okay, make ourselves feel good. That's the purpose of a woman. A woman is supposed to be nurturing. A woman is supposed to nurture her man and make her man feel like a king, right? But women don't want to do that anymore. Most women don't want to do that anymore. They just put on some makeup, put some tight shorts on or something, or make themselves look all sexy. And they think just because they got a vagina that, oh, okay, that means that we're just going to just sit pretty with that. Like, no. Women have a role and men have a role, right? And the way the society is now is teaching women, here's another thing. Women are taught to just go for men, to have six figures, or, the dude with the 9 to 5 that works his off. He's a good man. He's a good, provider and everything, but he doesn't make six figures. Maybe he makes like 60K or, 65K a year, or maybe even 45K, just a little bit above the poverty line. So what? So what? What about the quality of the man? What about what the man is? Society lost about who the individual is. It's about what you can do for me. What can you buy me? What can you do for me? It's not about who the person is. We lost our true core value of valuing a human being. Natural law. I'm going to do a video on that. Natural law. People don't focus on the natural law of a human being, and that's a big problem. So what women value in a man, most women, in society, not all, but most, very small amount, is a man's pockets, right? So they go for these men, right, that have all this money, let's say, and it's the beautiful ones. That's another thing. We all want these beautiful girls. Stop going for beautiful girls, man. These beautiful girls that just get you in all kind of trouble, man. They're the worst ones, But the fact is, it's not like it's impossible, but you got to be a certain type of man, because that's how the society has bred it. Like, for instance, like the women, they're taught to be going with these men, go for these guys with six figures, and because they look so good or whatever, they want to be with this top man, just because he has money and cars and, prestige in some kind of way and is glorified and all that. They want to seek after these dudes, right? But in most cases, they actually really think that this man only wants to be with them and only going to cater to them. Most of these dudes that got money got multiple women. I'm sorry to tell you, but most of these men have women on the side, right? These dudes work their ass off. They make tons of money. They drive fancy cars. You think they're just going to be with you? You think you're the only beautiful woman in the world that they can get? This is coming from a man, and all the guys watching me know that I'm telling the truth. But this is the narrative and the fantasy that you think you look so good that this man is only going to be with you, right? With that man that you're avoiding and throwing away because he doesn't make six figures, right? Or because he doesn't drive a McLaren or a Ferrari or even like a high ass, like a Tesla Model S or something like that. Maybe he has a Honda Accord, or maybe he has an older model. You don't want to date him because he doesn't have it together, right? Here's another thing. A woman should be with you when you have nothing, right? That woman should want to build with you. If you get a woman that wants to build with you, potentially that could be a good woman, even though she could change. But if you guys are building together and she's with you when you got nothing, that's a good sign that she could be a real one, even though it could shift. But that's a start, right? Like I said, like my point is like how I told you guys to build up, be on your grind. If you work hard and you work 7 days a week and you save your money and you put yourself towards in a position where you're big time now, you made money. Even if you didn't get really, really big, you're doing very good now. Then all of them want to come, right? And that's what I was going to say. If she wants to come into your life after you got everything, after you made all this money, after you've accumulated wealth, not when you had nothing, when you had the vision, now that you made it to that point and you have all this money, then they want to come and ride the coattails on that. But where were you when I was coming up? Where were you when I was grinding and working my ass off and wanted to build this with you? You were nowhere to be found. Now you want to come and ride the coattails on me? Nah, we're not doing none of that. Hit the road, Jack. It's a wrap. Go look for that woman that wants to if you're in that position, I'd say go look for that woman um that values who you are. Don't even tell her what you got. Make it seem like you don't have much. You live decently or whatever. Try to see if she loves you for you, right? But if you're not in that position, that high position, and you're getting there, look for that woman that wants to build with you. And that's going to be hard because most of them are just going to overlook you. And the more beautiful they are, the harder it's going to be. It's a sad thing to say, but that's the way it is. Because a woman is looked at in society about her looks. That's what everything is valued on, is how good she looks. And they take it and run with it, right? I mean, look at how things run. Look at what women can do now. I'm really heavily into gaming, right? Women could just get on Twitch, put makeup on, have a little cleavage showing or whatever, and sit there and get 1,000 views, and they don't even know how to really play the game, right? Because all these thirsty simps are going to get there and sit there and look at them and give her all these compliments and orbiters. And when one real man comes in there and starts speaking the truth and comes and gets at her, they all go and attack this dude. Oh, leave her alone, blah, 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 because that man comes in speaking the truth. All these simps want to come in and orbit them. And that's a problem. The simps are really, keeping these women afloat, like OnlyFans. Like, why would you be a man and subscribe to a woman's OnlyFans to look at a woman's feet or look at her naked or look at her have sex with another man? That's pathetic, bro. That's pathetic. You need to go out and get yourself a real woman. Stop supporting these women who are doing legal prostitution. Because that's what it is. That's what OnlyFans is. It's legal prostitution, right? A woman can't go out on the street and do that, but she can get on OnlyFans and do that and make hella money. Make it make sense, right? If she goes out on the street and does that, she's going to get arrested. But she can get online and do that. You want to know why? The reason for that is because there's money involved. OnlyFans gets paid. They get a cut of it. If a woman goes out and does be's a prostitute on her own on the street, Uncle Sam and the government and anybody, they can't get a piece of that pie. You're just pocketing all that money. Everything is all about money, which is another problem. It's really sad. It's all about money, right? It's not about the human being that you are inside. It's all about money. So this is the society that we live in, man. This is the society that we live in. So we can no longer live in that modern era, that post era where, because back in those days, women carried themselves in a certain way to be treated like that. They earned that, right? Being a and shaking your ass on a camera and all that was forbidden in back in the days, 50s and, stuff like that. Those women were looked down on now. In 2024, they're praised. This is what's praised. Toxicity is what is in society now. That is what's favored. You have to get out of thinking that being a good gentleman is going to get you a good woman. It's not. Unless if you look at specific type of women that may not be as attractive or may not have all those qualities as that real seductive, sexy turn on of a woman. Because I'm going to tell you right now, she's not going to stay with you. She'll be right out in a heartbeat and won't give a damn. Let me tell you how I know that. I believe life is in chapters, right? So I went through life in chapters and tested all the waters. We all have tested them, right? So we listen to what our parents tell us and guide us and tell us how to be. Oh, you got to respect a woman, buy flowers, love her, do this and this and that. The traditional way, the good way, right? You do all those things and you see nothing but negative results. Like, what the hell? I'm doing everything right, right? So I did that phase with the boyfriend and girlfriend thing. Same thing keeps happening. Not being appreciated, being a gentleman does not work. Okay, so I X'd that out. So every single girlfriend I had, I didn't do that no more. I wasn't a gentleman, all that. I was like, you me, you with me, period. I don't care. Like, I wasn't chasing them or whatever and all that. Then all of a sudden they want to come at you. They want to talk to you. They want to be around you and all that. They want the opposite. They want the toxicity in the way things go now. So after that, I didn't treat any girlfriends like that. Guess what happened? Completely different reaction, right? Then the next one was, okay, well, it's got to be different with marriage, right? This is the only thing that wasn't gonna compel me to continue to continue being that way is to try a different scenario. Like the first scenario was the boyfriend girlfriend. Didn't work. I'm testing all the waters to see if is there a possible way to be this way and be respected. That's what I'm trying to say. So then you try the marriage. I tried the marriage, right? Okay, this is serious. This is different. This is my wife, right? This is my wife. This wife loves me. We made a bond, you know. You listen to what the woman says. There's no divorce. You guys fight through thick and thin, through rich or poor, right? This is all the stuff that's being said. It's going in our ear and we're believing that it's staying in there and not going out the other, right? This is different, right? So I was married, right? Same after, in the beginning, everything's cool. Everything's going right. Then after that, guess what? Just gone. You do everything right. Everything. I mean, support, take care of, love, make sure the good, everything, respect, loyalty, everything. Guess what? They're gone. Right? And then the child thing. Also, a child being involved. Tried that. Okay, well, we have a kid. We have a kid involved, you know, together. We're married. Being a provider for the child, being a father figure, making sure he's good, making sure he's got everything, making sure everything is good and he's good. And he's going to a nice school, paying for all that. Guess what? Didn't matter. This is the so-called ideal man that these women want. They don't. They don't. Because everything is backwards now. Women are backwards. They don't. They don't even, especially in these days, they don't even know how to comprehend a nice man, a good man. They don't. So I'm talking to my good men because I know what it's like and I've been there. Stop being nice to these women. Stop. They don't appreciate you and they don't deserve you. You are the gold. Because in the end, guess what happens? When they get done dealing with Richard and Nick and Paul, and for black people, Jamal and, you know, Ray and all them, after they get done smashing their back out and giving them kids, who do they come running to? Who do they come running to? They come running to us. Because they realize after all that time's gone by and they've been dogged and treated like crap, they finally, when those looks start to fade, when those breasts start to sag, when that shape starts to fade out, guess what? Those dudes don't want you anymore. They go for the younger women. They go for the women that looks really good. And these dudes got game. They can pull those girls. They're not looking for you. So then they start realizing, damn, I messed up. Oh my God, like I can't pull no more. They start to realize that their market value has gone down. Women have a market value. Once their market value goes down, they are no longer pursued. Guess who's the winner then? The men. If you keep yourself in shape and you work out and you look real good, you can pull a younger female. It might not be ideal in most situations because on the other side, there are benefits. Like let's say you get older in your 40s or your 30s or something like that, and you want a woman your same age, but she's got kids and a lot of drama and all that. It's going to be hard to find a good woman to coexist, but it is possible. But there's benefits to having a woman that's the same age as you because you guys have the same life experience. You guys have the same generation. You guys can have good conversation. That's a benefit to it. But the drawbacks is they've been with so many men. They've had so many times. They've been hurt. They've been damaged. So all that stuff they're taking out on you. Right? And they expect you to do everything for them and then for them to just leave or for them to just blame you for things because of all of the damage they've went through. This is the reason why men always try to avoid women with children. And the thing is, most women don't want to take accountability for who they laid down and had a kid with. And expect good men to come in and take care of their kids just like it's nothing. The kid doesn't have to respect me. The kid doesn't have to respect, our relationship or appreciate what I do. I can't be the full father and discipline this kid. So what? How is that going to work? But this is the reality that we live in, man. This is real. Anything I'm going to say is going to be real. The truth. Period. So, let me tell you why women go for toxic men, okay? The reason why, there's a lot of underlying factors, so I'm going to kind of try to breeze through some of them. One of the underlying factors that causes this is that the amount of missing fathers in the home, okay, that contributes to a lot. Now, that also trickles down to why is that? Because the way society is, most women are attracted to toxic men that do not care. So what's the trend that's going to happen? These women are going to keep getting with these toxic men, having children by them, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And all the good men are being overlooked, right? Because the good men are the men that have some sense and mentality of what it is to be a real man, right? The idea of a real man is being just pushed away. Us real men are very small and we're struggling in this society. They're pushing the idea of us away. So by all of the women trending towards toxic men and not having children with good men, because of absent fathers in the home, it's creating this dilemma that's only getting worse and worse. And let me tell you another thing. The idea of a good man is kind of being phased out, and what a real man is and masculinity is being phased out. And this is a problem because let me tell you why. When you have a man in the house that thinks like a man and teaches his son how to be a man, that is the balance for the family. That allows that child to grow up to know how to treat a woman and all of this and this and that, right? But when the man is absent from the home, think about it. A lot of us are single, not everybody, but I'm saying most of us are, and this is the reason why so many marriages end in divorce. Most of us men are raised by single mothers, right? I want you to really think about that for a second, all right? A mother does not know how to be a man. Only a man knows how to be a man, right? So think about this. If you're being raised by your mom, and this is why there's so many deadbeat guys out there. When you're being raised solely by a mom, even a mom says, well, I could be the mom and the dad, and they try so hard, they cannot. There's something psychological in your mind. Even if a woman wanted to said all the things a man did or whatever, it's not going to matter. The fact is, you're a woman, and when a son sees a man, he sees a man. It's just something psychologically in your mind that makes you act different. When your son or your daughter sees you as a mother, that's how they see you. As a woman, as a female, as a nurturer. It is innate within us, whether you believe in God or science. I don't care. We're programmed that way. Natural law. You can't fight natural law. So, when you're raised by a mother, mothers are naturally, inherently nurturing, caring, nurturing. You know, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of stuff. Estrogen levels are raised in most men. Do you know that the testosterone levels in men have been declining? They're getting lower and lower each generation because we're raised with single mothers who are nurturers, who are natural nurturers. It's not their fault, right? So think about that. When you get raised and some of us don't even leave our mother's house. We keep staying because we're so used to being taken care of. So then what happens? When you get out on your own and you try to find a woman, you're looking for a woman to take care of you. You don't know how to be a man. That's why these dudes go have sex with these women and then just leave them and then just like whatever and live with these women. The woman pays the bills. The woman takes care of everything. And the man just sits on his butt and just does everything. And then argues with the woman, and it's two women arguing with each other. It's a woman's mentality. You shouldn't even be, it's hard, I get it, but we shouldn't even be arguing with a woman. We shouldn't. We're the man. We should be like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you. Right? So that's the problem, because we've been raised and exposed to only a woman's perspective. When we get with another woman, think about it. Women are dating themselves. And it's not like we're fully demasculated. We're still men within us, but our approach has been taught by how our mothers are. So there's still the manness is coming out of us, but it's coming out in the wrong way. It's just coming out of reflex of what we were raised to do. Now, let me tell you what the remedy is to that. Okay? And this is what I wanted to add to this. Find your father and get a relationship with your father. All right? And somewhere down the line, whatever happened between you and your mother's usually mad at the fathers and push them out of life because they get so emotional and they get so mad and they don't like him and he's a deadbeat and all that. That's cool. But that's no excuse for the son or the daughter not to have a relationship with their father. You need to find your father, have a relationship with him, talk with him. Because I'm going to tell you right now, even just having a conversation with your father, I don't care about money. I don't care about none of that. Just sitting down and bonding with them, it's going to blow your mind. Why? Because that is a mutation. You are a mutation of your father. You are a mutation. That's the real deal. And he created you along with God or science. You can understand each other in a way that just fulfills you. And there's no money. There's no nothing. You're just going to feel fulfilled. Just from having a conversation, because that is your father. Everyone needs their mother and their father. Seek your father out. Find him. I did that. My mother was mad, whatever, the typical thing or whatever. Didn't want to deal with whatever. I went and found my father. Now I have a relationship with my father. Now, don't get me wrong. My father never was there, never took care of me. He was like a deadbeat, right? He came every once in a while. He tried and did what he wanted. But I understand that part. But the relationship part is your decision, not the mother's. And you should have that relationship with him and just accept him for who he is. Let go of the anger, let go of the pain, let go of any of that you had, and just have a relationship with your father. If he's alive or if he's not dangerous. Okay, now if he's a violent criminal or if he could be a danger to you or your family, then don't. But if he's just, even if he's selfish, just let it go. Just let it go, man. You'd be amazed how good you will feel when you actually have a conversation with your father and you bond with your father. There's no other person in the world that's going to just make you feel some type of way. I'm telling you. Seek your father. Pursue him. Now, if you don't have a father, like a lot of us don't, like most men don't, or women too, for women too, for both men and women, find a father figure, a real father figure, right? Especially for men, all right? That's what saved me. I had a father figure, okay? I had a good amount of father figures that taught me how to be a real man, right? And you need that. If you don't have a father, and like I said, you can't talk to your father, maybe because he's just dangerous or he's very violent and he could cause harm to you or whatever, then that's not a good idea. But if you can have a relationship with your father, then do it. If you can't do that, then get a father figure, a real father figure to teach you how to be a real man. All right, so I guess that's pretty much it for what I want to talk about on this subject. I'm gonna make another video on this, but this is just so important. Now, this is not to say that men are perfect, because these men gotta stop being deadbeats. Men gotta take care of their responsibilities. If you have children with that woman, you made that woman with her, so you need to take care of your children. Your children. That's your child too, right? So, but it starts in what kind of men that the women pursue. That's what it starts with, because women give life. right? Men may marry women, but women, the man plants the seed, to give life, and the woman has birth and gives life to the child. If she has a child by somebody who doesn't care, or by somebody who's just a deadbeat, what do you think's going to happen? It's a snowball effect. It's the cycle. It starts with who they decide to be with, and really using your brain and analyzing a person, not just by what they have. We forgot how this world started. It started with trees, grass, water, and air, and food and animals. There was no smartphones. There was no buildings. There was no crazy technology, satellites, space shuttles, right? Even advanced medicine. There was nothing but this. And how to be a human, how to really be a human. And that's why I say, I do believe in God, right? I don't consider myself a Christian. I consider myself having a personal relationship with God. And to believe in God, you have to have faith. And not everybody's going to have that. That's cool. If you're an atheist, that's cool. I'm not going to disrespect you because you're an atheist. That's your decision, right? But here's my whole thing. And here's my whole thing. Some atheists say, oh, the Bible isn't real. People, that was written by some man or whatever. You have to have faith that it was the words of God. But if you don't have the words of God, then you don't have faith. You don't believe in the words of God, you don't have faith. But let's just say, hypothetically, let's just say it was written by a man. If I did believe it was written by a man, I'd still believe it. You know why? Because these people were here in the beginning of time, before all the corruption, before everything had it. I know we don't, us humans, we don't like to think of some men or, philosophers or people who created things or think that they're better than us or whatever. But guess what? Sometimes that's the case. There's geniuses. Look at Einstein, right? Einstein can be praised. So what about, maybe some of these characters in the Bible were real, the people that they said, because that's how you would think of them as characters. Let's say these characters were real. Those are real people. They're in the beginning times. If you're in the beginning, this is what I believe. If you're in the beginning times where there was nothing and you had to survive, you had to hunt, you had to do everything, the interaction between man and woman without any corruption, that's going to tell you how we really should be living. Period. That's my take, though. Anyway, that's the video for today. I'm going to come back. I'm going to try to drop one once a week, whatever. Real discussion here, real videos. Anybody who wants to rock with it, you can rock with it. If not, it's cool. I understand, Hit the support button. It's not a like button. It's a support button. You know me. My nickname is Unique because I'm unique in everything I do. So hit the support button. The support button is the like button. The F button is the support button. I don't even like to say that because I feel that that's insulting. The F button, the one where you become a supporter to another person's channel, okay? The follow. You don't follow somebody, you support someone, right? I really hate how that's another trick for the society to not, everything is designed for you to think a certain way, right? They're telling you to follow people. Think about that. You don't follow me, you support me, right? And in turn, I will support you. The more I get, the more I should be giving back. A lot of people don't think about that. They just think, oh, these are just my followers. That's insulting. These are the people who made you. But I'm a real one, so yeah. It doesn't even matter. So whatever. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.